So linear programming is this mathematical technique whereby we convert our real life problems into mathematical expressions, and these mathematical expressions are linear in nature, so that when we draw the graph, it appears to be the straight line. Yep, this is the terminology of the subject which you have. Before we move ahead and I tell you linear programming, it is necessary that we should brief you something about mathematical modeling. कि mathematical modeling होता क्या है? From mathematical modeling, then I will come to linear programming specifically. Then I will tell you about the terminology used of the linear programming, and then some special problems of linear programming in the way of maximization, minimization, graphical methods, and some special cases. So let us take one by one. And first of all, the basics of mathematical modeling. I have already discussed this point with you, that in a business organization, when you work for a business organization, you are encountered with varied set of problems, diversified set of problems. Some are from HR, some are from operations, some are from supply chain, some are from production. These equations, these problems are converted into mathematical equations, right? Now, how do you convert them into mathematical equations? I'm saying this right from the start, we convert this into mathematical equations. How do I convert it? You know the logic. The moment you insert, the moment you include the variables like x1, x2, y1, y2, or xyz, or xyzt, then that problem will convert it into mathematical expressions. And attaching the sign of equality or inequality, then it will become the expression, mathematical expression. For example, I have combined the constant with variable and we get 2x plus 3y equal to 9. This is linear equation. Similarly, different types of equations or inequations are formed, and the formation is based on what? The formation is based on the real life problem. So mathematical modeling is a very common technique in business management. Most of the problem of business organizations are solved by mathematical modeling, right? I'm not saying linear only. There could be linear, non-linear mathematical modeling also. ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हर बार linear modeling ही होगी, linear equations ही होंगी. Non-linear equations भी बनाई जाती हैं. We have non-linear equations also, and non-linear equations can also be solved. But the point that you may note it down, that this is the integral part of a management. And if you are a student of MBA, your knowledge will remain incomplete until and unless you have a knowledge and command over mathematical modeling. Either you are working in the area of finance, or you are working in the area of operations, or IT, or marketing, or to some extent HR. Modeling will always be there. Right? Now let's come specifically to linear programming. If you see the title linear programming, I already briefed you. We program, that is, we plan our problem into mathematical expressions, and these mathematical expressions, a special cases, they are linear in nature. That is, if you draw the graph paper, it will give you straight line, like the one which I have discussed, 2x plus 3y equal to 9. This is linear. So we convert our problem into linear equations, right? Applying linear programming is a two-stage process. That's very important. Always remember, you may please note it down somewhere if you are writing it. आप कुछ लिखते रहिए बीच बीच में, so थोड़ा सा clarity रहती है. Like I am saying, linear programming is divided into two stages, stage 1 and stage 2, or you can say that it is a two-step process, step 1 and step 2. What is step number 1? What is stage number 1? Step number 1 is converting the problem into mathematical expressions. और वो प्रॉब्लम जो मैं बता रहा हूं आपको, वो किस फॉर्म में दे रखी है? वो लैंग्वेज की फॉर्म में दे रखी है. दैट इज देयर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्टेटमेंट. So we are converting statements into mathematical expressions. Stage number 1. Right? 50% of the job is that you read the problem carefully and you convert into mathematical expressions. If you do it successfully, then 50% of the job is over. And if there is any error, and if there is any fault at this stage, then you cannot reach to the right answer. So converting converting statement or problems into mathematical expression is stage number 1. That is process number 1. Stage number one, step number one. Step number two, stage number two is what? Solution. Our job is not to only convert into mathematical expressions. मैंने अभी आपको बताया था कि हम प्रॉब्लम को मैथमेटिकल एक्सप्रेशन पे क्यों कन्वर्ट करते हैं, बिकॉज वी आर लुकिंग फॉर सॉल्यूशन, वी आर लुकिंग फॉर द बेस्ट सॉल्यूशन. अभी मैं आपको इससे डिस्कस करूंगा. आई हैव प्रॉब्लम्स लाइक दिस प्रॉब्लम, देन यू विल बी इन अ बेटर पोजीशन टू अंडरस्टैंड. So I have some ready to solve problems. Then it will help you to understand what type of problems I am referring to. How do we convert into mathematical expressions, and why do we convert it? So the answer of why do we convert is that we are looking for the best solution. हमें best answer चाहिए. That is why we are converting. Am I now audible to you?
Yes, sir.
I don't know where that the connection get disconnected. I am not very sure how many slides. Am I able to make you understand this two-stage process of linear programming? Are you clear with this two-stage process?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So I hope that I am here when I am telling you that every subject has its own language, grammar, terminology, and when you talk about linear programming, it has its own terms. जब आप linear programming की problem को करेंगे, solve करेंगे, so you will come across certain terms, terminology, right? These terminology, for example, are represented in the form of key steps. So when you attempt the problem of linear programming, these are some of the steps that you have to perform. Number one step, what is the number one step? Read the problem and convert the data of the problem into tabular form. अभी हम आपको दिखाएंगे ये क्या है, कि प्रॉब्लम को अच्छे से पढ़ना और फिर टेबुलर फॉर्म में उस डेटा को रिप्रेजेंट करना. So reading the problem and converting into a tabular form is step number one, and this is the prerequisite. This is the compulsory step. You cannot directly write the expressions. You cannot directly write the equations. until and unless you convert them into tabular form. So converting into tabular form is one of the important things that you have to understand. Now, once you do so, step number 2, writing objective function. Now, what is objective function and how to write objective function, that I will tell you with the help of the problem later on. But this is step number 2. Writing constraints, right? As you all know that we are talking about business related problems, and business related problems are always subjective to certain constraints, and we have to find out our solution based on that constraints. We have to find out the solution, the best solution out of that constraints. So writing constraints in equations, that is the another important step. Condition of non-negativity, I will tell you what is this condition of non-negativity, and finally we have to draw the graph paper to find out the solution. तो ये कुछ स्टेप्स हैं, ये वो स्टेप्स हैं जो हमें लीनियर प्रोग्रामिंग की प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए करने होते हैं. We have to perform these steps once we are solving the problem of linear programming. I know that we will understand, you are able to understand it better once we have a problem in front of our eyes. Some of the terminology is this one, which I have already discussed. Number 1, linear. Why do we call linear? Because the expressions used for the solutions are always the one having the highest degree 1, right? And if you draw the graph paper, it will give you the straight line, linear, like 2x plus 3y equal to 9. We have the term, we call it as feasibility region. We are looking for the solution. Now the solution lies in a particular region of the graph. ये जो region है graph का, where the solution lies, this is known as feasibility region. We'll show you once we come across with this one. Then a very common term that you come across in linear programming, optimal solution. Can anybody out of you tell me what is optimal solution stands for? What do you understand by optimal? Anybody out of you? Anyone out of you who can give me an idea about this?
So best possible solution.
Right. Keshu, you are right. The best possible solution, right? So optimal is that I am looking for the solution and that too the best one under the following constraints. आप जानते हैं कि हम बेस्ट की तलाश में हैं, लेकिन वो बेस्ट हमें जब मिलता है जब हम कंस्ट्रेंट्स को भी सामने रखते हैं. अपने हमारे कुछ कंस्ट्रेंट्स होते हैं. Imagine a classroom. Unfortunately, you have not seen our classroom of the department just because of this pandemic. Inshallah, very soon we have been sitting in the class and then you will understand. Like in a classroom, we have a capacity, number of seats. Like in our classrooms, lecture theater, we have a capacity of accommodating 60 students. So constraint is that we cannot have a class of more than 60 students, right? So a classroom where the maximum number of students that can be accommodated is 60. This is the constraint of the classroom. Now under this constraint, I am looking for the best solution. मैं ऐसा क्या करूं कि इस constraint के अंदर भी मेरे पास solution best आए. That is optimal. That is optimal. Objective function is actually, if you see, you are a student of management now, objective. You have learned this thing in your paper by concept of management by Parvez Saab. Objectives. Every organization has certain objectives. Every task has certain objectives. Every work has certain objectives. Every department has certain objectives. And similarly, every problem has certain objectives. तो प्रॉब्लम का जो ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है उसको फंक्शन की फॉर्म में, मैथमेटिकल फंक्शन की फॉर्म में हम लिखते हैं, राइट करते हैं. वी हैव टू राइट द फंक्शन दैट इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव फंक्शन. Linear programming can have two types of scenario. One time scenario is the scenario of maximization. आप कोई ऐसी प्रॉब्लम हैंडल कर रहे हैं जो आप जहां पे आप मैक्सिमाइजेशन की बात कर रहे हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, maximization of profit, maximization of sales territory, maximization of revenue. This is maximization. These are the problem of maximization. मैं प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइज कर रहा हूं, मैं रेवेन्यू मैक्सिमाइज कर रहा हूं, मैं टर्नओवर मैक्सिमाइज कर रहा हूं, मैं सेल्स मैक्सिमाइज कर रहा हूं. सो दीज आर मैक्सिमाइजेशन. In contrast to that, we also come across with the problem of minimization. Like profit is maximized and cost is minimized. So the problem of minimization of cost, like transportation cost, minimization of loss, minimization of wastages. Operations के अंदर, प्रोडक्शन के अंदर ये बहुत होता है कि हम वेस्टेज को कैसे मिनिमाइज करें. सप्लाई चेन में ये होता है लॉस को कैसे मिनिमाइज करें, राइट. ब्रेकेज को कैसे मिनिमाइज करें, लॉस ब्रेकेज को कैसे करें, थेफ्ट को कैसे मिनिमाइज करें, कॉस्ट को कैसे मिनिमाइज करें, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट को कैसे मिनिमाइज करें. So these are the two very contrasting scenario, and the problem which we come across, one is maximization, where we are targeting of maximizing the profit, the revenue, the sales, the territory. Or in contrast to that, we also come across, as a manager, we also come across the problem of minimization, like the cost. So in nutshell, what I mean to say is that linear programming is an approach of converting business problems into mathematical expressions. The expressions are compulsorily linear in nature. They are linear, right? It is a two-step process. Step number one, we convert the problem statement into mathematical expressions, and number two, solving it by graphical method. इसको करने के लिए we have to do certain steps. Step number one is converting the statements into tabular form. Number two, writing the objective function. Number three, writing the constraint in the mathematical expressions, conditions of non-negativity, and then solution. Several terms which we come across in the language, like linear, like feasible, like optimal, like objective, like maximization, like minimization, and the last but not the least, the method which is used other than the graphical method, we call it as simplex method. We'll take, if time permits, then we will brief you about simplex also. Any confusion, any doubt up to this stage? कोई क्वेश्चन आपका, कोई डाउट आपको यहाँ तक?
सर फिजिबिलिटी रीजन समझ में नहीं आया सर.
Feasibility region, as I have already briefed you, you will get more clarity. As you know that we are solving the problem of linear programming by drawing the graph. Now, when we draw the graph forms a region. The graph forms a region. The region where the solution lies is known as feasibility region, right? So I will show you if you want a better clarity. Okay, I will show you. मैं दिखाता हूँ. Is this graph, handwritten graph, is visible to you? Is this graph visible?
यस सर.
Yes, sir.
इस ग्राफ में आप देखिए, मैं एक रीड कर रहा हूँ JPQ. So JPQ, for example, is a region. This is a region, for example, we call it as feasible region. और मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको. This region, see the feasible region. I have taken the photograph from the book and I have pasted it here, feasible region. So these are the graph, and you see the shaded portion. And in the shaded portion, it is written feasible region. This region means that the solution, the answer of the problem lies in this region. इसे कहते हैं feasible region. अभी आएगा और अभी हम solve करेंगे. Then you will get it. Anything else? Any more question from your side, please? Please feel free to ask question. आप जब क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे मुझसे, तभी मुझे ऐसा लगेगा कि मैं आपको बता पा रहा हूं और आप समझ पा रहे हैं. Please seek clarification. Don't worry, even if it is a very small query.
Sir, how should we prepare for the exam for this PP?
अच्छा, आपने बहुत ही डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा. आपने एग्जाम पॉइंट पूछा, एकदम पूछा. ये जो भी कुछ बताया जा रहा है सब एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन ही है सब. दिस इज linear programming is a part of the syllabus. So we are covering this in the lecture because this is a part of the syllabus of the examination. So you will get questions in the examination based on that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So if you allow me, I will move ahead and then I will start directly from the questions and how to solve it through linear programming. Shall I move ahead now?
Please, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, students, will you please read out this problem? Are you able to read this problem? Are you able to read this problem?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, kindly read this problem
Yes,
carefully.
sir.
Read this problem. A firm is engaged in producing two types of products, A and B. A firm is manufacturing two types of product, A and B. Now, as you know that in manufacturing products, you require certain set of inputs. You want certain inputs. 1 unit of product A requires 2 kilogram of raw material and 4 hours of labor. So, एक यूनिट A बनाने के लिए we are in need of 2 kilogram of raw material and 4 hours of labor. 2 kilogram of raw material and 4 hour of labor is the input required for 1 unit of A. In contrast to that, for 1 unit of B, we are in need of 3 kilogram of raw material and 3 hours of labor. So, if you compare A and B, 1 unit of B requires how many kilogram of raw material? 3 kilogram of raw material. And how many hours of labor? 3 hours of labor. Hours of labor. Right? Hours of labor. Each week, now let's see, each week a firm has an availability of 60 kilogram of raw material. So in a week, the limitation to the raw material is how many maximum amount of raw material available? 60 kilogram. And how many labor hours? 96 labor hours. We have a limited number of labors and working hours. So maximum 60 kilogram of raw material and maximum 96 labor hour in a week is available. Now when you read the next line, 1 unit of product A gives a profit of rupees 40. Yields means gives you a profit of rupees 40. And 1 unit of product B gives you a profit of rupees 36. So the data about the profit of product A and product B is given कि 1 unit of A देता है 40 rupees का profit और 1 unit of B gives you rupees 36 as a profit. This is the data which is available to you as a manager. आप as a manager work कर रहे हैं और आपके सामने ये problem है that your company is manufacturing two types of product A and B. Product A requires 2 kilogram of raw material and 4 hours of labor. Product B requires 3 kilogram of raw material and 3 hours of labor. In a firm, the number of the kilogram of raw material is 60, which is available, and 96 hours of labors are there. This has been estimated that 1 unit of product A gives you a profit of rupees 40 and 1 unit of product B gives you a profit of rupees 36. Now, this question has 2 parts. We are looking for 2 types of solution. Question number 1, formulate LPP. Now, LPP is a short form of linear programming problem. So, LPP is linear programming problem. So, first is formulate, that is, convert this problem into mathematical expressions. This is the job. That this is the problem which is given in statements. Read the statement carefully and convert them into mathematical expressions. You have to convert them into mathematical expression. This is, the first part, formulation. But this is not the end. As a manager, my interest is not only to formulate. My interest is to find out the answer. And what is the answer? The answer is estimate or determine the number of product A and B a company can manufacture so that the profit will be maximum. That is, in other words, how many units of product A and how many units of product B a company manufacture to maximize its profit. कितना A units of A बनाए और कितना unit of B बनाए so that आपका profit maximum हो जाए. So that this is the point. Is this problem clear to all of you? Are you able to read this problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Let's see the first part. Formulate LPP, linear programming problem. Right? What is there in this case? They have to formulate, that is converting them into mathematical expressions. अब इसको करने के लिए I would like to go back to this 3 steps. Now all of you please try to understand key steps. Every time whenever you solve the problem of linear programming, irrespective of its nature, the step will remain the same. These are the steps that you have to apply. First step is step number 1. Read the data, read the question carefully, and write this data into tabular form. Now you have to write this data into tabular form. Now what is this step number 1 in this case? In this case, this is the tabular form which I am referring to. आप देखिए tabular form क्या है? How many products? Product A and product B. Let us take product A. How many kilogram of raw material? 2 kilogram of raw material. How many labor hours? 3 labors. 3 labor hours. Just cross check it. 2 kilogram raw. 4 labors. 4 labors. Right? And how much is the profit? Yes, please give me the answer. How much is the profit? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. 40.
40 is the profit. This is for product A. Let us see the data for product B. For product B, raw material is 3. Labor hour, raw material is 3 kilogram. Labor hour is 3 hours. And the profit that it will give you is 35 rupees. Total number of raw material which is available in a week is 60 kilogram. Total number of labor hour which is available is
Sir,
96.
the profit in case of product B is 36.
36. Okay, I will just cross it. 36. Good, very good. 36. Right. So, dear student, with this example, I just wanted to tell you how to prepare a table. Numbers are very important, but this is an example, this is an illustration, this is a sample to make you understand drawing the table. अगर आप ये टेबल ड्रॉ नहीं करेंगे और डायरेक्टली इक्वेशंस बनाने लगेंगे तो आपको बहुत कंफ्यूजन होगा. So this is my personal experience. It is not given in any book. ये किसी बुक में नहीं दे रखा है. This is my own experience. That read the question and draw the table first. And if you are able to draw the table carefully, the point is that you are able to understand the problem, in a right way. So 60 kilogram and 96 hour. Okay? Is this point clear to all of you? Now, again go back to this steps. Step number 1, converting problem into tabular form. Is first step number 1 is okay? Step number 1 is okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's see step number 2, writing objective function. Now, my dear students, what is objective function here? What is objective here? If you see the problem, can you just tell me what is the objective here? Why we are solving this problem? What is the objective? Yes, anybody out of you?
Profit maximization.
Yeah, absolutely right. We are looking for right number of product A and right number of product B which can maximize my profit. जो मेरे profit को maximize कर दे. तो मेरा objective क्या था? Profit maximization. So step number 2 which is mentioned here is objective maximization. That is objective is maximization. अब उसका मुझे function बनाना है, उसका मुझे expression बनाना है, mathematical expression बनाना है. Now go back to your basics. In order to form the mathematical expression, what do you want? You want number 40, 30, 40, 36. So you want numbers and you want variable. Which variable I'm referring to? Variable like x, y, or variable like x1, x2, or x1, x2, x3. So we are in need of variable and numbers. अब हमें सोचना सिर्फ यहाँ पर ये है कि यहाँ variables क्या होगा? What is the variable here?
So raw material and labor hours.
Raw material and labor hours. Okay, I will take up this answer. So somebody is saying that the answer is labor hour and raw material is the variable. That is x1 and x2. If I put it there, then this is raw material and labor hours. Is this anybody else? Is this the variable that we are looking for?
No, sir. So number of units are the variable.
Somebody say that no. The answer is that variables are not labor hour and raw material. The variables are number of units of product A and product B. अब I'm not able to understand. मुझे इस पे confusion हो रहा है. I'm not able to understand it. तो मैं कैसे decide करूंगा कि which answer is correct? I'm not able to understand it. मुझे confusion हो रहा है. आपको confusion हो रहा है. आप समझ नहीं पा रहे. मान लीजिए आपको एग्जाम में एक प्रॉब्लम दी गई और आपको कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है कि वेरिएबल क्या होगा, लेबर आर एंड रॉ मटेरियल और ए और बी. सो हाउ डू आई डिसाइड which is variable? By the way, what do you mathematically, what is variable?
सर क्वेश्चन में पूछा है.
क्वेश्चन में पूछा है, इसको हम ये भी कह सकते हैं unknown, which we have to calculate, which we have to find it out by the solution. So variables are basically the unknowns of the question which you want to calculate or which you want to estimate by the solution. अब आप इस क्वेश्चन को अगर देखते हैं तो हमें निकालना क्या है? What actually we have to find it out? What are the unknown? Yes, please. What are the unknowns? What we have to find it out?
Number of units of A and
Absolutely
B.
right. Absolutely right. Number of units of product A and product B. So number of units of product A and product B is actually we are looking for. So अब आप बताइए मुझे कि मैं X1, X2, A और B को कहूं या रॉ मटेरियल और लेबर को कहूं?
सर ए और बी का.
A और B. Now, yeah, that's a point. तो वो कंफ्यूजन अपने आप दूर हो जाएगा अगर कंसेप्ट आप समझ रहे हैं. वेरिएबल वो होता है जो अननोन होता है, जो क्वेश्चन से निकाला जाता है. इस क्वेश्चन में साफ साफ दे रखा है कि A और B बताओ कितना होगा. How many units of A and B which can maximize your profit? It's clear from this. So there is no doubt, and that is why in the table if you see A I have already mentioned X1 and B I have already mentioned X2. अच्छा, इसमें कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं होना चाहिए. कोई ये पूछ सकता है कि A को मैं X2 कर दूं और B को X1 कर दूं, या A को मैं X कर दूं और B को मैं Y कर दूं, या A को मैं U कर दूं और B को मैं T कर दूं. It doesn't make any difference. आप किसी को भी X1 ले लीजिए, किसी को भी X2 ले लीजिए, XY ले लीजिए, ZT ले लीजिए, UV ले लीजिए, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. What you need to understand is that if you take something as X1, keep it till the end. If you take something as X2, keep it till the end. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि शुरू में कुछ और लिया और लास्ट में कुछ और लिया. शुरू में ही एक चीज फाइनल कर लीजिए, शुरू में ही एक चीज फाइनल कर लीजिए और उसको आप आखिर तक लेकर जाएंगे. You have to take it till the end. ठीक है? समझ में आ रहा है जो मैं बता रहा हूँ?
हाँ सर.
आवाज नहीं आ रही आज.
आ रहा है सर, बेहतरीन.
यस सर.
यही मैं सुनना चाह रहा था. आ रहा है, किसी ने ऐड कर दिया कि बेहतरीन आ रहा है. चलिए, ये बहुत अच्छी बात है. ओके, so let us move ahead. So again go back. Steps. Converting the problem into tabular form is done. Now write the objective functions. Now my dear students, objective functions. You have to write the objective functions. In the language of linear programming, please try to understand. In the language of linear programming, in the solution of linear programming, the objective function is always represented by English letter Z. Z. So Z is always used for objective function. जब भी हम objective function लिखते हैं, we represent it with Z. That is Z equal to this. So Z equal to the mathematical expression. So in linear programming, if you come across with different literature or software, you will see Z is used to indicate objective function. Now Z equal to, now this is Z equal to, now let's form the expression. X1, that is number of units of product A, and objective function is what? Profit function. So profit function हमें बनाना है. Now how do I make the profit function? X1 and 1 unit of product A gives you 40. So total profit due to product A will become 40x1. मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूं, एक यूनिट प्रोडक्ट A का आपको 40 रुपीज प्रॉफिट दे रहा है, तो X1 यूनिट कितना देगा? 40x1. B, for product B, each unit of product B gives you rupees 36 as profit. Now here we are taking x2. So x2, the total profit which comes out to be 36x2. So from product A, the total profit is 40x1. From product B, the profit is 30x2. So 40x1, 30x2. And we are looking for total profit. Now total will become 40x1 plus 36x2. So 40x1 plus 36x2 equal to Z. Now this is, I am showing it to you. Now if you see this, I don't know whether this is visible to you or not. My handwritten, is this visible? Step 1, Z equal to 40x1 plus 35x2.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good, good. See step number 1, Z equal to 40x1 plus 35x2. This is the objective function which I am referring to. What is 40x1? Total profit coming out from product A. What is 35x2? Total profit which is coming out from product B. बीच में प्लस का निशान लगाया because we are looking for total. Z equal to 40x1 plus 35x2. That will give you the objective function. Okay. So writing objective function. Objective function Z equal to 40x1 plus 35x2. May I request all of you to please write it down simultaneously. आप जो सुन रहे हैं एटलीस्ट मैथमेटिकल एक्सप्रेशन को अपनी पेन की हेल्प से पेज पे लिखते हुए जाइए, मैनुअली लिखिए उसको। याद रखिए मैथमेटिक्स में ये होता है कि जब आप लिखते हैं जब भी आपकी चीज समझ में आती है, जस्ट लुकिंग इनटू दैट it will give you only half-baked understanding. If you want full understanding, please note it down. Once you write, then you will understand. 40x1 plus 35x2 equal to Z, which is objective function. Come to step number 3. What is step number 3? Step number 3 is converting constraints into mathematical expressions. अब बारी है constraints की. पहले किसको किया था? Objective को. Second is constraints. Now it's a time for us that we should have to write constraint into equations. So we have constraints now. One by one we will take the constraints. Constraints are what? Let's see the table. Raw material and labor R, 96 labor R. Now take the first constraint, raw material. Now how do I write this into mathematical expression, raw material? 1 unit of product A needs 2 किलोग्राम of raw material. एक यूनिट प्रोडक्ट ए का 2 किलोग्राम रॉ मटेरियल की रिक्वायरमेंट है, तो x1 यूनिट की कितनी होगी? 2x1, यानी 2 into x1. Product B, 1 unit of product B requires 3 kilogram of raw material. How many would be the total requirement? 3x2. So 2x1 plus 3x2. And total requirement, maximum amount which is available in a week is 60 kilogram. That is 2x1 plus 3x2, and that is 60 kilogram. So what shall I write? Greater than equal to 60 kilogram or less than equal to 60 kilogram?
Less than equal to.
Less than equal to 60 kilogram. क्योंकि मैक्सिमम 60 किलोग्राम है, इससे कम से कम में हमें काम करना है. हमें जो रॉ मटेरियल अवेलेबल है वो 60 किलोग्राम है, हमें इसके अंदर अंदर पूरा काम करना है. सो वी हैव 2x1 plus 3x2 लेस देन इक्वल टू 60 किलोग्राम. राइट? सो सेम आई हैव मेंशन्ड इट हियर. इफ यू सी माय the constraint for raw material 2x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 60. सही लिखा है मैंने? Am I able to make you understand it properly? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you repeat the same step for labor? If you do for labor,
Sir, are x1 and x2 are the units? X1 are the variables. X1 and x2 are showing the units, number of units.
Yes, exact. X1 is the number of unit of product A, and x2 is the number of unit of product B. Right? Okay. So this is raw material 2x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 60. Now same for labor R. अब लेबर आवर्स के लिए ये रिपीट करेंगे आप. तो व्हाट वुड बी द एक्सप्रेशन? For labor hour, 1 unit of product A, 4 kilogram of raw material. So x1 unit will become 4x1. 1 unit of product B, 3 labor hour. So x2 will become 3x2. So 4x1 plus 3x2. And total number of labor hour is 96 hours. So बताइए मैं क्या लिखूं? Greater than equal to 96 hours लिखूं या less than equal to 96 hours लिखूं?
So less than equal.
Less than equal to 96 hours. So 4x1 plus 3x2 is less than equal to 96 hours of labor. This is that we have right now. Same I have mentioned it here. If you see my slides, that is 4x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 96 labor hours. Are the two constraint equations are clear? 2x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 16. 4x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 96, that is labor. Clear? Any doubt up till here? Please feel free if there is any doubt. Okay. बोलिए बोलिए.
टेबल में एंट्री गलत कर दी.
कहाँ पर?
एंट्री ट्रांसफर्स कर दिए सर टेबल फॉर्म में.
ये वाला जो है
पीछे से
ये जो है ये वाली टेबल इस टेबल में
नहीं सर पीछे वाली स्लाइड ये सर
इसमें
नहीं
वाला क्वेश्चन
आगे
इसमें
ये सर ये वाली
कर दिया करिए करेक्ट कर लिए कोई बात नहीं करेक्ट करिए. देखिए आप ऊपर से देखिए
टेबुलर रिप्रेजेंटेशन जो
टेबुलर रिप्रेजेंटेशन
So how we will now find out the feasibility region? Yes. Dear students, are you able to see my PowerPoint slides now? आपको मेरी PowerPoint slides नजर आ रही हैं?
Yes sir.
अच्छा. So I'm just talking about key steps. पहला स्टेप टेबुलर फॉर्म में क्लियर हो गया. कैसे कन्वर्ट करना है? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Everything is clear. Now, how to find the feasibility region?
No. Prior to that, I'm talking about non-negativity. What is this non-negativity condition? This is what I'm referring to. So, what is this non-negativity? Non-negativity is non-negativity of what? X1 and X2. And as you all know, that non-negativity here stands for that the X1 and X2 cannot take the negative values. जब आप solve करेंगे तो X1 और X2 की negative values नहीं आएंगी. And that is quite natural. Because X1 and X2 are the number of units. How can number of units of product A or B be negative? It's not possible. But we have to write it down mathematically. Now, how do I write this mathematically, non-negativity? If you see this, I have mentioned it here. If you see this slide, last one, non-negativity. x1 greater than equal to 0, x2 greater than equal to 0. 0 तो हो सकता है, non-negativity का मतलब 0 तो हो सकता है, but 0 से कम नहीं हो सकता, 0 से less नहीं हो सकता, negative नहीं हो सकता. So dear student, always remember that in the examination you have to write down this non-negativity also, right? Don't think that this is understandable, this is understood. No, something which is there, you have to note it down. There is a reason behind that. There is some reason behind that. So you have to write the objective function, you have to write the constraints, and you have to write the non-negativity. जब आप ये 3 स्टेप कर लेंगे, स्टेप 1, स्टेप 2, स्टेप 3, तो आपके क्वेश्चन का पहला पार्ट कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. विच पार्ट? फॉर्मुलेटिंग लीनियर प्रोग्रामिंग प्रॉब्लम. सो फॉर्मुलेशन इज नाउ ओवर. व्हाट इज दिस फॉर्मुलेशन? Formulation is writing mathematical expressions, that is linear programming. So writing objective function, writing constraints, and last but not the least, writing non-negativity condition is something which you have to, that is what we'll call it as formulating LP. Done? Fine? Clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, as I have already discussed, that primarily there are 2 types of situation in a linear programming is applied. एक situation तो ये होती है maximization, like profit maximization. But it is not always that the problem is of maximization. At time, the problem can also be of minimization. I would like to show you the problem of minimization. मैं उसको solve नहीं करूंगा, बहुत ज़्यादा डिटेल में नहीं बताऊंगा, बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम आपका नहीं दूंगा. But I just wanted to make you understand the comparison of maximization with minimization. And it's a high time for us that we should compare. Okay? Let's see the problem of minimization. Kindly refer to this problem which I am showing you. Right? See this problem. The problem of minimization. What is this problem of minimization? The Agricultural Research Institute, there's an institute specialized in agricultural research, suggested farmer to spread out at least 4800 kilogram of special phosphate fertilizer. It's a problem of fertilizer. 4800 kilogram of phosphate fertilizer and not less than 7200 kilogram of special nitrogen fertilizer. So there are 2 types of fertilizers, phosphate fertilizer and nitrogen fertilizer. Those who have a science background, they would understand it better. The fertilizer and the phosphate and the nitrogen fertilizer and the importance of spreading it out in the agriculture field. So scientists are suggesting this to the farmers कि आप 4800 phosphate fertilizer spread करो और 7200 nitrogen fertilizer spread करो. Right? But this type of fertilizer is available in the form of mixture A and mixture B. ये जो fertilizer है, phosphate और nitrogen fertilizer, ये 2 तरह के mixtures में available है, mixture A and mixture B. And these mixtures are available in a bag of 100 kilogram each. So if you go to a market and if you want to buy a fertilizer, the fertilizer is available in a bag of 100 kilogram mixture A and mixture B. आप शॉप पे जाएंगे तो आप देखेंगे कि 2 तरह के बैग रखे हुए हैं. एक पे लिखा हुआ है मिक्सचर ए और एक बैग पे लिखा हुआ है मिक्सचर बी. सो मिक्सचर ए एंड मिक्सचर बी एंड द वेट ऑफ मिक्सचर ए बैग इज 100 किलोग्राम एंड द सेम इज विद मिक्सचर बी, द वेट इज 100 किलोग्राम. व्हाट इज मिक्सचर ए? Mixture A is a mixture of phosphate and nitrogen, and mixture B is also the comparison. The cost of bag A, cost of mixture A is 40 and the cost of mixture B is 24. जो प्राइस टैग लगा हुआ है वो 40 रुपीज का मिक्सचर A है और 24 रुपये का मिक्सचर B है. Now the description about mixture A. Mixture A क्या है? Mixture A contains phosphate and nitrogen in the equivalent amount of 20 kilogram and 80 kilogram. That is 100 kilogram of bag, 20 kilogram is phosphate and 80 kilogram nitrogen. उसको mix किया गया है 20 and 80. While mixture B contains this ingredients in equal quantities of 50 kilogram. Mixture B में क्या है? In mixture B nitrogen and phosphate are mixed together in equal quantity. What is equal quantity? 50-50 किलोग्राम. So 100 किलोग्राम का एक बैग है, 50 किलोग्राम नाइट्रोजन डाला, 50 किलोग्राम फॉस्फेट मिला के एक मिक्सचर बनाया गया है, which is mixture B. So the products here are mixture A and mixture B. How do they form? The inputs required are phosphate fertilizer and nitrogen fertilizer. The composition of mixture A and mixture B is given to you. The cost of mixture A and mixture B is given, is 40 and 20. What is the problem? A part of the problem. Number 1, formulate the linear programming. Same, formulate the linear programming. तो अब आपसे मैं अगर पूछूं ये बात कि if you want to formulate, क्या क्या लिखना होगा आपको फॉर्मुलेशन के अंदर? If you have to formulate, what are the 3 things that you have to write? Number 1, please. Number 1, please tell me. Objective function. Number 2, constraints. And number 3,
non-negativity.
Non-negativity. Absolutely right. तो जब आपसे कहा जाएगा फॉर्मुलेट करिए तो आपको इन 3 चीजों को लिखना होगा: ऑब्जेक्टिव फंक्शन, कंस्ट्रेंट्स एंड नॉन-नेगेटिविटी. But this is not the end. Our real answer is part B. How many bags should a farmer buy to minimize the cost? So here the objective is what? Minimization of cost. Which cost? Cost of spreading the fertilizer in the agriculture field. And we are looking for what? How many bags of mixture A and mixture B? तो इस क्वेश्चन में वेरिएबल क्या है? क्या फॉस्फेट और नाइट्रोजन वेरिएबल है या मिक्सचर ए और मिक्सचर बी वेरिएबल है? आप x1 x2 किसको कहेंगे?
Number of bags.
Yes, number of bags of mixture A, suppose करिए we call it as x1, and number of bags of mixture B we call it as x2. So x1 and x2 are this one that we are getting. I have already done this problem for you. This is the tabular representation: mixture A, mixture B, phosphate, nitrate, cost. Mixture B 50, 50 and 24. Total 4,800 and 7,000. And this is the problem which I have solved. I will take it up in the next class. See here. ऊपर वाला पार्ट देखिए इसका, z equal to 40x1 plus 24x2. Then we have constraints, and then we have non-negativity condition. A part of this question. This is the formulation. So shall I stop here?
Yes, sir.
I hope that you are able to understand it, whatever I have discussed here in the class, right? Today I have just briefed you about the formulation part of linear programming. Tomorrow, if we can arrange a class, what I will do, I will tell you the solution part of the linear programming. Do we have any slot tomorrow whereby I can engage your class? कोई ऐसा slot है टाइमिंग का जब मैं आपसे QT की क्लास ले सकूं? आपकी हाफ एन आवर की 30-40 मिनट्स की क्लास लूंगा बस. क्या स्लॉट हो सकता है कल? एक काम करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, एक काम करते हैं, कल जो स्प्रेडशीट मॉडलिंग की क्लास है वो कल मुझे ही लेनी है वो क्लास, स्प्रेडशीट मॉडलिंग. ठीक है, तो मैं स्प्रेडशीट मॉडलिंग की क्लास की जगह लीनियर प्रोग्रामिंग को कंटिन्यू करूँ.
सर एमकेएम की क्लास नहीं हो रही है, तो अगर आप चाहें तो वहाँ भी ले सकते हैं.
मोहम्मद खालिद, एमकेएम मतलब
मार्केटिंग मैनेजमेंट.
मार्केटिंग मैनेजमेंट क्लास नहीं हो रही? अच्छा, वो टाइमिंग क्या है उसका, मार्केटिंग मैनेजमेंट की क्लास का?
9:20 सर.
9:40.
चलिए कोई इशू नहीं. ऐसा करते हैं, मैं तारक सर से डिस्कस कर लूंगा, क्योंकि कल स्प्रेडशीट मॉडलिंग क्लास मुझे ही लेनी थी आपकी. कल मुझे आपको रिग्रेशन और कोरिलेशन बताना था एक्सेल के अंदर. तो मैं ऐसा करता हूँ कि मैं स्प्रेडशीट अपनी शेड्यूल क्लास में ले लेता हूँ. आई विल टेक द शेड्यूल क्लास. आई विल टेक द स्प्रेडशीट मॉडलिंग क्लास, and in place of spreadsheet modeling class, what I will do, I will take up the class of linear programming. I will continue with this. My request to all of you is please don't miss the class. हम एक तो हम वैसे ही बहुत लिमिटेड क्लास ले पा रहे हैं आपकी, प्रॉब्लम की वजह से बहुत सारे इश्यूज हैं चल रहे हैं आजकल, सब लोग परेशान हैं, हम सब लोग एक दूसरे को दुआओं में, प्रार्थनाओं में, नमाज में, पूजा में, सब में याद रखें और सब लोगों के लिए, एक दूसरे के लिए दुआ करें कि सब लोग इतने परेशान हैं आजकल, सब लोग इस परेशानी से हम लोग बाहर आएँ, रेगुलर हम लोग जो हमारा एक मोड था उसमें हम दोबारा अपनी लाइफ में वापस आएँ। ठीक है?
यस सर, इंशाल्लाह।
इंशाल्लाह। तो तो मैं आज इस क्लास को वाइंड अप करता हूँ और कल फिर क्लास लेंगे स्प्रेडशीट मॉडलिंग, जो हमारा शेड्यूल क्लासेस है। ठीक है? ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच टू ऑल।
थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.